Welcome to the Uncommon Transformation television series.
Akwa ibomel ayayao sinena barasone kisonge mananye Akwa ibomojit ayayao ayayao
The Uncommon Transformation Agenda of Governor Godswill Akpabio-led administration received presidential seal and endorsement when the nation's #1 citizen visited Akwa Ibom State to commission projects undertaken and completed by the state governor. Top on the bill was the Akwa gas processing facility built under a PPP arrangement between the state government and Seven Energy, an indigenous Nigerian oil and gas exploration development production and development company. For the 4th time since becoming president, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan arrived the state to the warm embrace of the good people of the state, led by his host, Governor Godswill Akpabio.
Government house. It's an indication that the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Godswill Akpabio, has performed very well. The president wouldn't just come for anything if there's nothing that is important that will bring him. So it's an indication of good performance. It's an indication of the uncommon transformation that is going on in Akwa Ibom State.
I must say that I've heard uncommon transformation. I've not seen it before now. Until today, I didn't realize the extent of transformation that has occurred in this state. Between 1992 and 2004, I was in very active legal practice. And I had cases in Eket, in Oron, in Okopedi. I had in Ekotekmene, in Etinam, and in Uyo. I used to drive from Port Harcourt myself to all these places. Now, surprisingly, coming into Uyo, in fact, getting into Uyo and from Uyo to Oron Road, as I stand there, I didn't even realize where is the Oron Road again. Every road has been transformed, dualized, looking complete. Everything is looking completely new.
Indeed, the people were anxiously waiting for Mr. President, and their anxiety can be explained. Never in the history of the area have they been so honored to have the #1 citizen and such large entourage visit their community. Of course, his visit puts endorsement to the project he performed the groundbreaking in 2010 for the building of pipeline to evacuate products of the multi-billion-dollar facility to prospective clients. It was indeed a rewarding wait.
On behalf of the federal government, I'm pleased to formally commission this gas plant, which has been described as the biggest in the sub-Saharan Africa. So it's a pleasure for all of us here to be associated with this huge success story. We are commissioning this gas plant for use to the glory of God.
Akwa Ibom State Governor Godswill Akpabio speaks on the project and Mr. President's visit.
What has happened today, particularly with the involvement of the private sector in the emerging transformation of Akwa Ibom State, it's clearly a manifestation of part of the campaign promise I made in 2011 to my people, that the next stage after the first set of building infrastructure was to go into industrialization so we can create wealth and create employment opportunities. So I'm excited with the involvement of the private sector, which Mr. President acknowledged. With a lot of other small industries will grow from there. And of course the gas processing plant, which I conceived alongside with the private sector in 2008, today was commissioned. And then so it was like a dream come true. Something I thought was a big risk on my part when I said I was going to buy the entirety of the gas produced, even at a higher price, in order to encourage the private sector to come in here and then stop gas flaring and create employment opportunities, and at the same time domesticate the gas reservoir on the shoreline of Akwa Ibom State for our use and for commercial use.
The Akwa field, located in Esdeket and Eket local government areas of Akwa Ibom State, was one of the 24 marginal fields that were awarded to indigenous companies by the Ministry of Petroleum Resources (TPR) in 2003 as part of the federal government of Nigeria's marginal field program aimed at increasing production, reserves, employment, and indigenous participation in oil and gas business. The field development is an unincorporated joint venture between Frontier Oil and Seven Energy. Frontier Oil is the operator of the field, while Seven Energy provides technical services and funding.
Today, gas has become important in Nigeria. The federal government of Nigeria has recognized the value of gas, and gas, in my view, will be the way to unlocking the economic potential of this nation.
It's a major step towards the industrialization of Akwa Ibom State, which His Excellency Governor Godswill Akpabio promised in the first instance. That's why he's partnering with organizations and promoters of industrial concerns like Scepter Energy, Frontier Oil, and of course Quantum Petrochemical, who are all working in Akwa Ibom State today to ensure the development of the gas industry.
The future of oil and gas, according to me, is bright. We believe that more and more plants like this one should be built in Nigeria, because those gas is a gas that is being utilized for domestication projects.
What are the feeling and expectation of the people of the area and the state in general?
We are grateful and thankful to God Almighty, the state government, the federal government, and also the JV partners who are able to put this up.
And in fact, we've been so grateful, and the youth of Esdeket, and the entire environment are so grateful. We are so happy for this development.
This is the first time an indigenous company would be directly supplying commercial quantity of non-associated natural gas to a power plant in Nigeria, making it the biggest independent indigenous gas operator in Africa.
It is expected that this project, when fully taken off, will give employment to indigents of this area, will boost the economy of the state and Nigeria in general. And from here, I will hand you over to Leken in faraway Ibono, local government area of Akwa Ibom State.
Thank you very much, Tony. Just like the gas facility, this methanol plant, which Mr. President, His Excellency President Jonathan has laid his foundation stone today, is also going to impact greatly on the lives of the people by way of jobs and wealth creation. In times past, people developed a lot of apathy towards government business. But thankfully, all that has changed, because the governments of President Jonathan at the federal level and the government of Governor Godswill Akpabio at the state level here is partnering with the private sector to bring the best, not only for Akwa Ibom people, but Nigerians in general. This is yet another major step towards industrialization of Akwa Ibom State, which has been one of the major dreams of Governor Godswill Akpabio. And I can tell you, the coastlines of Ibono will never remain the same again. Akwa Ibom people are saying, thank you, Mr. President. Akwa Ibom people are saying, thank you, Governor Godswill Akpabio.
Indeed, this was a great day in the history of Akwa Ibom State, as what happened in Akwa, Esreket local government area, was also replicated here in Ibadan, where Mr. President Goodluck Jonathan laid the foundation stone for the $1.5 billion petrochemical and methanol plant, aptly described as double-barrel blessings for the government and the good people of the state. The petrochemical and methanol plant is a PPP venture, an initiative of Quantum Petrochemical headed by business mogul Jim Ovia. It is geared towards industrializing Akwa Ibom and also keying into Mr. President's transformation agenda for Nigeria. So much expectation was in the air as traditional rulers, women groups, youths, business moguls and captains of industry came from far and near to be part of history. And so, when Mr. President arrived, the expectations of the people were fulfilled. In consonance with overflowing gratitude of the day, Governor Akwa described Jim Ovia's commitment to Nigeria and Akwa Ibom State as amazing, and Mr. President as one chosen by God to take the country to greater heights.
Mr. President, you decided that no matter your schedule, nothing can stop you. Not even Ebola. Not even Ebola can stop you. You said today you must come and put a presidential seal to this initiative. And you must, because this is what will transform the future of this country.
The importance of developing this capacity within the foundation of the manufacturing industries for Nigeria, for example, in the areas of construction, packaging, pharmaceutical, agriculture, that will require petrochemical derivatives, either in form of methanol or in form of polypropylene and also polyethanol. All these are derivatives that we all utilize and use in our everyday life, such as the plastic bottles that we use in drinking sanitary water, the clothes that we wear, the fertilizers that we use to grow crops, the tires on which we rode our cars to this place today, the shovel that we use for the groundbreaking, and quite a few others. And with this gesture by Mr. President in personally coming to perform the groundbreaking ceremony is a demonstration of his support in industrialization of Nigeria projects.
President Jonathan was full of joy, also lauded the efforts of Jim Ovia, explaining that the initiative will revolutionize the manufacturing sector in Nigeria and create wealth.
But one thing that we are very hopeful is that it will create jobs for so many people, so many direct and indirect jobs. It's a major investment that will reduce poverty in this part of the country, will create wealth for our people, and also help us in terms of our foreign exchange.
Diverse strata of Akwa Ibom citizenry expressed their joys and expectations.
And it's going to be a 5,000 metric tons per day production of methanol. And for me, it's a turnaround for Akwa Ibom people. It's a job opportunity for the youth and the elders of Akwa Ibom State. And of course, this is the beginning of industrialization in a mega form. Of course, there are other industries that we've created by His Excellency, but this is a game changer. And of course, this is a purely private investment. And Akwa Ibom State has encouraged this investor to provide 50 hectares of land for this opportunity.
It's coming to empower our people. It's not just coming to commission, but it's just coming to make sure people here have something to do.
This is an opportunity the people of Ibadan has been looking for on how to empower the women, because we have a lot of educated women that are indoors doing nothing. Some of our youths are there, but they see us as fishermen. But we thank God that this project coming down here to Ibadan land is going to help our boys and help our ladies.
The paramount ruler of Ibadan and some of his lieutenants and yet others also bared their minds about the events.
With this, a number of Nigerians will be involved in working. A number of Akwa Ibomites will also be involved in engaged in jobs. A number of our youth will be involved in jobs, and contracts shall also come, equally with consultancies. And our women will be emancipated, will be salvaged
society of Akwa Ibom State will also be bubbling, and Nigeria at large.
Issue of job lacking will be no more. And we will compete with other races in the world to make sure our standard is upgraded.
That this is going to impact positively to the people of this area, being that our youth will have jobs, contracts will come, women, the youth, everybody will be happy, will be up and doing. By so doing, no lazy man. And by this doing these hoodlums, this kidnapping and sea piracy will minimize because the youth will have something doing.
Akwa Ibom is a blessed land. It has an alluring and captivating landscape from the undulating hills of Itu to the raffia palms of Ikodepene, dovetailing to the ever-inviting sand dunes and overlapping ocean waves of Ibana. The land is blessed. It has one of the most beautiful networks of roads in Nigeria. It therefore did not come as a surprise as the government and good people of Akwa Ibom, being one of the staunchest supporters of President Jonathan, sought to immortalize his name by renaming the third ring road in Uyo a beautiful road, Goodluck Jonathan Boulevard.
Mr. President, this road is one of the transformational roads done by this administration. It will enable traffic to avoid the town center and go all the way to the airport without clogging the town center. And here, about 16 roads, about 16 streets will empty into this road. And Mr. President, because of your transformation agenda, despite the challenges you are passing through in Nigeria, the entire Akwa Ibom people decided that your name must be etched in diamond forever. And this road is therefore known and called as Goodluck Jonathan Boulevard. I therefore invite you, Mr. President, to now commission your own road.
My good brothers and sisters from this great Akwa Ibom State, I am quite pleased to be here today. Whenever I have the call to come to Akwa Ibom State, I feel at home, very much at home. Akwa Ibom State have changed significantly. Nobody can deny that. Even the blind feels it.
Yes, sir.
So we thank Akpabio and his team of commissioners and other government officials that made it possible. The governor alone wouldn't have done it. For you to succeed as a governor, as a president, you need a team that will work with you. You've done well, not just for Akwa Ibom, but for our great country. You are correct, I've not seen any in the south and most parts of the country. I have the pleasure now to formally commission Goodluck Jonathan Boulevard for the use of Akwa Ibom people and all Nigerians indeed, people from the globe who have one thing or the other to do in this part of the globe. This is a major achievement, and we are commissioning it the glory and honor of the Almighty Father.
From the Goodluck Jonathan Boulevard to Akwa Ibom International Stadium is just a stone throw. Governor Akpabio could not resist showing Mr. President this magnificent signature project of his administration. It will be recalled that on 27th October 2012, just less than 2 years ago, Mr. President laid the foundation stone for this edifice. After the many activities of the day, Mr. President was hosted to a grand reception. Governor Akpabio eulogized Mr. President, whom he said has done so well for Nigeria and wants his name immortalized for generations to come.
What you have done for the country since your assumption of duties has given us faith that the future will be greater. You have restored our nation
to the true path of democratic governance built on the foundations of the rule of law and freedom of expression. You have left your timeless positive imprint in the expansion of our national infrastructure.
And on the gas facility and the methanol plant, this is what the governor said.
That gas plant is serving the power company, and we are producing about 110 megawatts. We are at the verge of privatizing it to ensure about 685 megawatts of electricity for our people. So, in terms of electricity, it has improved tremendously. We have sometimes about 18 hours of light in a day, and I think this is something the president would like to hear.
What about the stadium?
It's rated as one of the best stadiums to have come out of Africa, meeting all FIFA standards. It will add to the sports infrastructure that will give our nation a pride of place in the global world.
Petroleum Minister Dezani Alison Maduekwe, who was excited about the development in the oil and gas sector, said with Nigeria having over 187 trillion cubic feet of gas, the manufacturing sector and job creation look good with coming on stream of the petrochemical plant.
With the industrialization of our gas in this country, of which we have over 187 trillion cubic feet, with projects such as the quantum petrochemical and methanol plant, we will ensure that finally we begin to get the oil and gas sector to touch the real economy and impact on the lives of the entire quality of our country.
She hailed Mr. President for creating an enabling environment. Chairman Quantum Petrochemical Jim Ovia, who was elated that his vision was becoming a reality, thanked Mr. President for his personal touch.
Today is a very, very moving day for all of us in Akwa Ibom here today, because two very important projects have just been manifesting in one way or the other. One, foundation laying stone, one, actually a commissioning. And we do believe in the next few years to come, we will be bringing back with our president here to also do the official commissioning of.
He had words of encouragement for Governor Akpabio and the Ibana community.
Akwa Ibom State, I think Akwa Ibom State people are very lucky people to have someone in the person of Akpabio. And I'm not a politician, so let me not say too many things that, politicians would normally want to say. So forgive me if I had said things that may look like as if I'm beginning to imitate some politicians. I'm a professional, I'm a technocrat. We say the facts and speak the data and the numbers the way they are. The numbers coming from Akwa Ibom definitely, arguably, are some of the best data we can compare in any environment. Chief, I want to thank you so much for trusting us with your beautiful land. We will take very good care of it. We're going to have environmental protection. We are not going to degrade it. We will employ our people. We will improve the well-being of our people in Akwa Ibom.
President Jonathan described himself as an Akwa Ibom son and a very good friend of Governor Akpabio. He was particularly excited about the private sector involvement in the oil and gas sector. This is what he had to say about the stadium.
But today, I inspected the stadium, which I laid the foundation stone. I did the groundbreaking. It looks like it's going to be the best stadium in Africa. Yeah.
Secretary to Akwa Ibom State Government, Udom Emmanuel, expressed happiness that the state is growing in leaps and bounds and having the prospects of becoming one of the biggest economies in Nigeria.
Today, you see a very positive change towards that partnership. Repeatedly, the Minister of Petroleum Resources was using the word PPP, Public-Private Partnership in Business. The government, anywhere in the world, will provide the environment for the business to strive and then make profit and then sustain the development of those businesses. But at the same time, too, in a developing economy, it's extremely difficult for you to actually separate the two at the foundation stage, because we are still at the foundation stage. At this point in time, we are not actually turning our side and then seeing, different industries all over Akwa Ibom. So at this foundation stage, the government must still have a whole lot of role to play.
Good governance, as demonstrated by the Akpabio administration, is attracting private sector involvement and opening up vistas of opportunities for the people. This is in line with Mr. President's transformation agenda for Nigeria, and this also is the height of uncommon transformation.
Uncommon Transformation television series brings to you the latest information of the monumental achievements of the Governor Akpabio-led administration. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube to read the latest news, watch amazing videos and listen to in-depth analyses and interviews with the men and women working hand in hand with stakeholders to make Akwa Ibom State better. You can also log on to our website www.uncommontransformation.tv for more information. Uncommon Transformation television series, bringing to you the right and current information when you need it.